free or control of a situation. When I'm sailing, this is what I feel. You're able to feel like in a competitive yet fun environment and still have fun. And sailing is something that I love, and I'm really glad I'm able to experience it. You feel part of a community, and you always get pushed to your limits. I've sailed since I was 7 years old, and I've coached for the past 4 years. I also have a license in coaching. And a quote from a famous sailor, Gary Jobson: "A sailing program should give sailors an appreciation for the pleasures of sailing as both a competitive and recreational activity." The three main parts of sailing are the rigging, which is the process of preparing the boat to go in the water, and the different conditions that you have to be able to know how to sail in, and the equipment that you have to be able to use. So, first off, the parts and how to rig. This diagram shows the main parts of the sailboat, which are the mast and boom that hold out the mainsail and the jib. And then the boards of the boat are the tiller, which is right here, the rudder, and the centerboard. These should all be tied and secured down to the boat. The directions of the boat are starboard, which is the right side, port, which is the left side, stern, which is the back, and bow, which is the front of the boat. So the lines of the boat, which are also the ropes, control the shape of the sail. They should all be tied at the end with a figure 8 knot, which is the knot at the top. The bowline, which is the bottom knot, holds things in place, and everything should be tied together. Now that the boat is rigged, the fundamentals are next. You have to know where the wind is coming from and how it moves the boat forward. The sail fills with air and with wind, which propels the boat to move. This diagram shows the wind coming from the direction, or shows where the wind is coming from by the arrow and the different directions you go when sailing. The upper half of the diagram is called going upwind sailing, and the bottom half is called going downwind sailing. Another quote I would like to read to you all. There are 5 factors to consider in order to maneuver a dinghy, which is another word for sailboat, to a destination. Sail setting, position of the centerboard, balance, trim, and a good course. You also have to be able to know how to steer the boat. You move the tiller, which moves the rudder to turn the boat. When you want to steer right, you pull the tiller towards you. And vice versa. It's kind of like an opposite effect. When knowing what the equipment to use, in harsh conditions you need more, and in lighter conditions you need less. On the top, there's the booties, the spray top, fallies, and the gloves. These help with protection. And then on the bottom part, which are the sunglasses, hat, and a life jacket and sailing watch to all help you while sailing. These are all necessities for protection, and they're very beneficial when you're sailing. Sailing with the proper clothing and safety gear is essential as well. This will help you perform better. That's another quote from Gary Jobson. Sailing can be beneficial to many. It helps you relax the mind, also in a competitive situation. Now that you know the basics and how it works, I hope you get to experience this like I did. It's an experience like no other, and I hope you try it out.